What's good, everybody? Happy week one of the playoffs. Congratulations if you made it this far. My condolences if you did not. And if you're on bye this week, it's the easiest week ever. You don't have to worry about anything. Just pray your guys don't get injured. But we have an incredible guest joining us, the guy to help you to your championship. We'll put all the pressure on him because we're fucking horrible at this. Scott Connor, what's going on, Scott? Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, I got to give kudos to Jay Rich, who called me out on the last America's game for basically not showing up here until the playoffs. So I can help everybody get there, and then I can take the credit if they win in the playoffs. So glad to be here. A long time coming. You guys are all my favorites, even Eric, even though he pisses me off half the time. But yeah, this should be fun. Big week. Hopefully, we've had already 4 games in the books. So hopefully you rode some Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins. I had 2 Josh Allen and Kirk Cousins teams that I was sweating. Not anymore. I'm feeling good about those. I can be a little friskier now with my sit starts. So glad to be here.
Let's go. Eric, how you doing, man? My condolences for your Mike White and your Mike White t-shirt. As you can see, we're out here throwing bombs, banging moms. Oh, there it is.
Let's go. He said it. I love it.
Sandbagging son of a bitch.
He said I forgot it.
I love it, man. Adam, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You got the self-harming t-shirt, man.
Yeah.
You're not a part of this.
Listen, I'm just a standard shithead over here, but I love that Mike and Eric are wearing opposing t-shirts today. That's pretty fantastic.
Let's go. If you want more from Destination Devy, this isn't enough for you, the easiest way, sign up for the newsletter, all the great content out there. These 2 guys down below me, boom, America's Game. Eric writes incredible articles on there. I did one this week. It was horrible, but hope you like it. Hope you like my dog shit. But all the Destination Devy team puts content on there. It is fantastic. The easiest way to stay in touch with everything we're doing over here. And let's get right into these questions. We got a big week, but just a reminder, if you want to jump to the front of the line, hit that super chat. We will put you up there first. Let's go, man. Let's kick it off. Who's the first one we got here? Boom. Half PPR, Jamal Williams, Latavius Murray, Allen Lazard, or D'Onta Foreman. Scott, we'll start with you, man. Half PPR, Jamal Williams, Latavius Murray, Allen Lazard, or D'Onta Foreman. Who you got?
Yuck. Well, I'm not going Allen Lazard. You got to eliminate the receiver in this mix. So it's easily going to be a running back. Then I'm looking at best offense. I'm probably riding either the Panthers or the Lions, but that's not really a debate there. I'm going Jamal Williams. Quinnen Williams is out. I know he disappointed last week, but we got a really good shot at a touchdown, if not more. I think the Jets are going to be a little more susceptible today, and you got to ride with the EPA, the Lions offense the last 6 weeks has been incredible. So I'm riding Jamal Williams, praying for a touchdown. Maybe I get 80 yards. But yeah, I'm going Jamal pretty easily here.
All right, Mike White, who you got, buddy?
Yeah, I'm going with Jamal as well. I do like Foreman a little bit as well. That'd be the coin flip between those 2 for me, Williams and Foreman. But I think I'm gonna go Williams just because the dude fucking just scores every week.
Adam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Jamal Williams as well. The usage last week though of 3 running backs playing is what scares me. I'll be honest. I cannot, though, start Murray for sure. I'm not starting Lazard. Lazard hasn't done anything in a long time. Foreman is intriguing for me, but I think the Steelers' defense is seemingly playing better lately. I'm going to go ahead and roll with Jamal Williams. But, man, this one's tough here. This question's not ideal. Hope for the best for you, don't you?
I really want to say D'Onta Foreman, but I'm just going to go with Jamal Williams. I don't – God. just write it out, man. Just write it out. I don't want to play the Jets defense. I don't want to play the Steelers defense, but Jamal Williams scores touchdowns on the most part. So fire up Jamal Williams. Let's go. We got a super chat already. Holy shit. Man, that was fast. Look
Real
at
fast.
that. You
All
pull
right.
that up for me there.
I got
There we
you.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Pick
Remy.
2. I'm up 13. We have 5 players left. Rashad White, Bam Knight, Ramondre Stevenson, Gibson, or Akers. Full point PPR. All right, man. Anytime we get an Akers question, we got to kick it off with you, Adam. He's up 13. Pick 2 out of Rashad White, Bam Knight, Ramondre, Gibson, and Akers. Full point PPR.
I'm going to roll with Bam Knight and Akers. Stevenson I know is going to play, and if I was guaranteed that he's going to get that 80+% snap share, I'd roll him out there. But I'm honestly kind of worried with how the young guns, Kevin Harris and Pierre Strong looked, and if he's going to actually see that type of workload. I know Akers isn't the sexiest in full PPR, but he's getting consistent work. So I'm going to roll with Akers and Bam Knight of my 2 here.
Eric, what do you got?
I think I'm going to go with, man, it's close. I think I'm going to go with Bam Knight because I think the Jets are going to have to run the ball a lot. They just want Zach Wilson to, hand the ball off, not throw it very much because he fucking blows. And Ramondre Stevenson is going to be my other guy.
All right, Scott, who do you got?
All right, so let's eliminate a couple. I hate to say it, Mike, but Gibson's got to be out here. Can't really trust that, so he's out.
He gone.
I know Adam said Akers. I have a hard time starting Rams at this point.
I feel you.
So I would lean, especially up 13. If I'm sitting here saying I'm trying to maintain a lead, but it's not a lead where I'm up like 30, and I just need, Akers is probably going to get me 6 or 7 points because he's going to get some volume.
That's why I'm playing him too.
Yeah, I'm eliminating Akers. I think it's simple. I think you're playing Bam Knight. Rashad White's not a bad hedge against a risk on Ramondre Stevenson. Like Rashad White's going to get you probably 3 or 4 catches. I don't care about Fournette playing or not. Brady leads the league in pass attempts. They're going to have to throw. So I'm okay with Rashad White if you wanted to play it safe. There is a risk with Stevenson that, 2 carries and he's out. Like he's trying to play on an injury that we thought was going to be a 2 to 3 week injury. So I think the safety is Rashad White, Bam Knight. If you were down 13, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson and hope for 30. But I think I'd go Rashad and Bam.
I like that. I like that too, man. As much as I don't want to admit it. Gibson, the usage is all over the place. That hasn't been good as of late, so we can take him out. I'm not playing Ramondre, especially if I have a lead. I know it's not a big lead, like you said, Scott. It's not one of those comfortable ones, but I just really don't want to risk it. Let me go Bam Knight for sure. I'm gonna go Rashad White as well. I see your points on Akers. I'm gonna play conservative here, man. And Akers at any point could just do absolutely nothing. He is a Ram. Scott hit it on the head. He is a Ram. All right, we got another super chat. Jeez, man, you guys are killing it. Jimbo, Curtis Samuel, or Jameson Williams? All right, Scott. Curtis Samuel, Jameson Williams, and is this close for you?
I'm not playing Jameson Williams yet. That's a true desperation play. I mean, Curtis Samuel's been uninspiring too, but at least what can I get out of Samuel? Probably 5 for 20, maybe something like that. I mean, I'm going to get something. With JMO, it's like I'm down 20 and I need, a big touchdown. That's probably your best bet. So I'm still not playing JMO. They have too many guys. Eric had said it earlier with Zach Wilson. I don't think this is it's amazing. You saw the DFS flips on the Jets-Lions game when Zach Wilson is announced the starter. Immediately, it's like the game really nobody wants to play. So yeah, Curtis Samuel pretty easily for me.
Eric?
Yeah, I'll go with Samuel as well. He'll get, like Scott said, he'll get like 5 for 40. He can also get you some running carries too because he does that. So he can maybe get you 20 rushing yards, maybe 2, get you a couple extra points there as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Samuel, even though I love JMO, but just can't trust him yet.
Adam?
Yeah, it's Curtis Samuel. I mean, the last 2 weeks, unless you have inside track that it's going to change drastically, the last 2 weeks he's played 11 and 19% of snaps. Like, I don't really care. I'm not playing that guy. Like, I know he had the touchdown because he was wide open last week, but that's just not usage I'm ever going to chase.
As bad as Taylor Heineke is and uninspiring as Curtis Samuel's been, I think you have to play him, right? Adam, you hit it on the head, man. I can't play a guy who's still under 20% snap share. I just can't. Not with the playoffs on the line. I can't do it, man.
Nope. My bad. We clicked
That's
the
all
same
right,
time.
man. That's all right. Marlon's got one, man. Go Birds. Go Birds. We always got to start that off with Marlon. Start 2, Bam, Burkhead, Deontay, full PPR. Adam, it's our boy Deontay in a question again.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna ask the panel here as I say this, like, what's it gonna take right now with the way he's playing for me to sit and for you guys to sit Bam Knight? Like, it's not these guys. I'm playing Bam Knight if I have him in a lot of spots, and these are not going to be the guys that push him out of the way. Deontay Johnson has not been good this year. He has not scored a touchdown. In full PPR, he's had a couple wide receiver 2 weeks, but, like, that's not better than what Bam Knight's done the last 3 weeks. Like, give me Bam Knight here easy.
You do get to start 2, man. So who's the guy you got to sit?
Okay. Well, then it's going to be – I'm actually going to probably sit that makes it a lot tougher. Man, do you play Burkhead over Deontay? I think in full PPR, I'm going to play Deontay over Burkhead.
Okay. Eric.
I'm going to go Bam, and I think I'm actually going to go Burkhead because in full PPR, he is going to be the receiving back, too, a lot. He's going to get a lot of the checkdowns. I don't think Ogunbowale is going to get, like, all the receiving work or anything. Burkhead's had some 7-8 catch games in his career. I think he's even had some with the Texans this year. So I'm going to go Burkhead, and I mean, that dude, whenever he plays and starts, man, he's, like, always solid for at least 10 to 12 points. So I'm going to go with him.
Scott?
It's a fantasy playoffs. Deontay Johnson's 10th in the league in targets, top 10 in market share. Rex Burkhead's a 32-year-old running back on the worst fucking team in the league. Sit him. I'm playing Bam Knight, Deontay Johnson, starting my studs. If I get knocked out, big deal.
There it is, man. With authority. I really want to go with you, Eric, and play Rex Burkhead, but Deontay, I can't quit you just yet, man. I can't
Team
quit you
running
just
back
yet.
my ass.
You guys have been too good of an influence on me, man. You've changed me. You've changed me all year. Fuck them running backs.
If I'm going to play Deontay especially, it's going to be in full PPR where
I mean,
he's had
it's
a lot of targets, man.
It's fucking Trubisky, and then he's got a short leash, and Mason Rudolph could come in. It's
Deontay said he wanted Mason Rudolph, so that might be a good thing. And he liked targeting Deontay when Trubisky was in there.
Yeah.
So no Kenny Pickett probably is good for Deontay. I mean, I think
Right.
he's going to get 10 targets. It's just, how many points does he score on them?
Yep.
9?
Bad for George Pickens, good for Deontay. Let's go.
Yep.
Sexy Rexy or K-Dot in a 2 tight end premium full PPR, half-point first down for rushing, receiving. Need raging upside. All right, Scott. Sexy Rexy or K-Dot?
Well, we love recovering Ridley Truther. He's everywhere. I'm pretty sure everywhere I'm at, he's at, and then I know he's in like 100 other places at the same time. But come on, man. I mean, we just answered a Rex Burkhead question, but 2 PPR. So, I mean, Kate Otten can get you, 5 for 30, and all of a sudden that's 13 points. And he's got a potential to give you a Dawson Knox game from last night. So I'm going Kate Otten pretty easily. I don't care about the half point per first down. It's still the Texans. Give me Tom Brady and his tight end. Easy.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Otten on this one as well. So with the settings on this one, and like Scott said, Tom Brady's leading the league in pass attempts, so they're gonna throw, and they're gonna have to throw against Tampa or Cincinnati. So Otten.
Adam.
Yeah, 2 point per catch. It's got to be Otten here. If it's standard full PPR, I'd definitely take Rex Burkhead. But you give me 3 points a catch, man. Go ahead and give me Kate Otten for sure.
Yeah, if this is just a half-point tight end premium, like the standard going around, I'll start Sexy Rexy over Kate Otten. But you give me the full 2 points, I'm in. I'll start Kate Otten, even though I dunk on him all the time. Crazy enough, scrolling through all these super chats, I found this guy in here. I don't know if we've heard of him or not. He seems familiar. Hey, fellas, first time, long time. I got a team that needs a lot of points. My question is A-Rod versus the Rams or Danny Dimes versus Washington. Adam, help this guy out, Jordan Richards. I don't know who he is, but glad he's in here. Thanks for tuning in, Jordan Richards.
Man, I'm playing Dimes. I don't know if that's going to be controversial or not, but it's not pretty, but he gets it done, man. Daniel Jones has actually been pretty competent. Rodgers has kind of been boom or bust, and honestly, I know it's the Rams defense and all, but I think I'll stay away from him if I can this week.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth in my head on this one. I think I'm just gonna go with Rodgers just because he has the better weapons. Christian Watson's fucking scores every single week. It seems like Aaron Jones, Lazard, all those guys. Danny Dimes, what's he got? I don't even know. So
Does he-
I'm gonna
how
go with
many
Aaron Rodgers.
What about how many weapons does he need to be quarterback 11 or 12 the last 2 weeks?
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
get it. And I just think Rodgers will beat him this week, outscore him. So that's all I'm basing it on.
It could happen. I'm with you.
Scott.
Well, quietly, the Packers are still amazingly in the playoff race. They probably have to win out and need a little luck, but they're still in it. This is a like razor thin one. You can look at Danny Dimes's game log. I mean, he's been pretty consistent to give you a decent floor, but I don't see a world where he's getting me more than 20 points. Like he's between 14 and 20. If we're just talking about standard leagues, he might throw a touchdown. He might run for 70, 80 yards. I mean, Rodgers is getting dubs back. This is the first time all year where he's had kind of everything together. And the biggest question is, can the Rams fight back? If the Rams can't fight back, it could be a game the Packers win 21-0. They go up 21-0 or something like that, and boom, he doesn't need to do much more. So I'd probably lean Rodgers if I'm going for unless I'm a big favorite and I just need to get points, I'm going Rodgers.
I think Danny Dimes has been disrespected all year for a while, and he is producing points. With the playoffs on the line, man, if I need points, man, something about Monday Night Football, night game, Aaron Rodgers at home, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, and like you mentioned, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. I know Alan Lazard hasn't really done anything. The Rams defense isn't what we thought it was. Aaron Donald's out. Jalen Ramsey has kind of just been a shell of himself for most of the year. I'm going to fire up Aaron Rodgers. I do agree, though. It's close. It is close. I just think it's one of those games that just feels like Rodgers is going to come out and just try to make a statement. Like, we're still here. We're still in the playoffs. And I still can throw 4-5 touchdown passes. Let's go. Probably ain't going to happen, but I feel good about it. Why not? All right. Who we got here? Oh, Cole World. Can't miss out on him. Full PPR, Josh Palmer versus Tennessee or Chris Moore versus Kansas City. Scott, kick this one off. Couple of interesting down the rankings wide receivers here. Who you got?
Yeah, I mean, this is one where you're starting the fourth option on an elite offense or what could be an elite offense against the best matchup, or a guy where you're basically just praying that just gets funneled targets because they're behind the whole game and they need to pass. I think I would probably still go Josh Palmer, but that's because I don't like starting roster clogger receivers in the fantasy playoffs. But the pragmatic person, if I'm saying I just need 10 points, probably much better chance I'm getting that for Chris Moore. And I do think there's probably a higher ceiling with Chris Moore too. So I guess I'll lean Chris Moore, but it's tough to go against a Justin Herbert option against the freaking Titans.
All right, Eric.
Yep, those are all good observations there. I think I'm going to go with Chris Moore as well. I think he's the only option there. Like, they don't throw to Dorsett. They don't throw to anybody else. Chris Moore got over 10 targets last week, so I'm going to ride it one more week.
Adam.
Yep, I'm going to go with Chris Moore here. Palmer, since Williams and Keenan Allen have been back, has been more in the mediocre range, honestly. I know that Herbert's there, and all it takes is basically one big play with him, and he has the ability to score a touchdown. And it's a platoon fucking quarterback system on the other side, so it's gross. Like, when you're watching, you're not going to want to watch and see the Chris Moore side, but I think the fact that he's going to get all the targets, and that's the one that both quarterbacks are throwing to, if I'm just talking about fantasy points, I'm taking Chris Moore here, man.
I think if it was like half point or one of those gross ass standard leagues, I'd probably go Josh Palmer just for the touchdown upside and the possibility of it. But full PPR, let me just chase the volume, I guess. It is a roster clogger. It is gross. There's not a lot about Chris Moore to like other than the production.
Or if you're playing best ball.
Yeah, or if you're playing best ball.
Imagine if the Ravens still had him. They could probably use him at this point.
They probably could.
They absolutely could.
Give me Chris Moore here. How about this one also from Cole World? Rest of the season, Houston backfield, Rex Burkhead, Wale, or Royce Freeman. Who do you like for the rest of the season after this week, Adam?
Burkhead.
Eric?
Yeah, Burkhead. He's like the Greyjoys from Game of Thrones. What's dead may never die. He'll never die. So it'll always be Rex Burkhead.
Scott, is it sexy Rexy for you too?
Yeah, I mean, come on with the other two. I mean, Eric and I talk all the time about any running back on a 53, right? And even
Except-
Ogunbowale is one of the guys that we both see on waivers
Yeah,
and
and,
still
like,
don't pick up.
It's like
We're still picking
14
up.
team leagues, and
Yeah, we're still picking up just Sean Corbin, Tyler Beatty, Tyler Goodson over them, and they're not even on rosters. But like Ogunbowale, yeah, no. So it's definitely Burkhead.
Any
me
on a
Burkhead.
53 except for Freeman and Ungubawale. I can't even say the dude's last name.
That's good, man.
I wish they
DBs
would have
in
brought
the
up
house.
Jared Dokes.
There we
See
go.
some Dokes in
I
there.
would have liked seeing some Jared Dokes too. I'm with you, man.
What
How
up,
about this
DB?
one? I don't know who this guy is.
Nice.
Asking for a friend, T. Higgins, Hollywood, Josh Palmer, pick 2. All right, Scott, help this guy Eric out. Must be a first timer here. I've never seen him ask a question.
I mean, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't message me this earlier because I would have told him to never submit this question and embarrass himself live on the show.
Nice.
I don't understand why people are so worried about T. Higgins. Like, he's going to play. And if he leaves early because he aggravates his hamstring, what can you do about it? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's got this injury that's limited him all week. He was a full practice. He's going to play. So definitely you're starting him. We already
think
talked about
mine was Hollywood was the one I was questioning.
I mean, I think you still go Hollywood Brown just because he's just better than Josh Palmer. Like, there's still risks with Josh Palmer. I guess if you just wanted, I mean, what's Josh Palmer going to give you? Probably at least 7-8 points.
Yeah.
But he could also, his ceiling might be 15. So, I mean, it's pick your poison. If you're up 50 points and you just want to make sure you don't get a 0 because Hollywood aggravates something and doesn't play, then fine. But I'm going Hollywood and Higgins.
All right, we'll skip over Eric on this one. Adam, help him out.
Man, it's definitely T. Higgins. First of all, that's number one, pretty easy. Even though there's a chance, like I know he hurt it in warm-ups and he could re-aggravate it in warm-ups or during the game, I think the upside of T. Higgins here is easily the one I'm starting. Palmer and Hollywood's tough for me, man. And I'll say why I think I would lean Palmer is because I think the offense is better, and although it's maybe not as much volume, I think it's more consistent volume and a better chance to score. I think with Colt McCoy throwing the football, man, like the upside for Hollywood hasn't been that much. And then when I think about the quarterback also on the other side, like I could see this just being kind of a slugfest, ugly game where I think Palmer's a better chance to score a touchdown. So I think if it's close to me in rankings there, I'd lead the guy that has better chances to get in the end zone. So that's why I'll go Palmer, but I do think that one's really, really close.
Nah, I'm with you, man. I want to start Josh Palmer over Hollywood Brown just because Colt McCoy sucks so bad.
Yep.
He's horrible. He's horrible. Good pass defense, too. Like, I just hard pass for me. I'll write out Josh Palmer. Please, Herbert, throw to him and not to Mike Williams. That's what I'm going to go with. We got a lot of Chris Moore questions. So, Chris Moore, Elijah Moore, or George Pickens? Oh, you poor man. You poor man, Timothy. Help him out, Adam. 3 wide receivers here. I don't want to play any of them.
Okay, so let me just say this: the Elijah Moore, Zach Wilson thing. He's the first elimination here, right? He hasn't thrown the football at all. Even though Elijah Moore's come alive, I'm not playing him. Man, this comes down to what you think with Pickens and Trubisky versus Chris Moore. The upside's there with Pickens. I just don't know if the floor is. Goodness gracious, am I going to say Chris Moore 2 times in a row here on the show? I think I am.
Do it. Eric, do we get another one for Chris Moore?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Chris Moore too. I don't know if J.C. Horn travels. If he does, it might be on Pickens the whole time. And J.C. Horn's been pretty damn good the last month or so. So that's partly my reason there with Chris Moore. And then Elijah Moore, he's got fucking Zach Wilson throwing the ball. He can't do it.
Scott.
Yeah, like Adam said, Elijah Moore's out. Listen, I would hope J.C. Horn doesn't travel because I wouldn't travel with a fraud alpha either. So it's definitely not George Pickens. Maybe the wide receiver 7 in this 2022 rookie class. A guy that literally we've crowned as, I think KTC, he was up to wide receiver 15. And then you look at it and it's based on what? Based on the fact that he was awesome as a freshman in Georgia 2019? So, yeah, it's definitely not George Pickens. It's not Elijah Moore. It's Chris Roster Clogger Moore. Roll with it, Timothy Stinter.
This is why we get Scott on, man. I love it. Let's go ahead. Fire up Chris Moore.
Come
Clean
in
sweep,
here
baby.
and speak it, Scott. Speaking of which, Gretchen, thank you for the super chat.
Thanks, Gretchen. Pick 2, ETN, Ramondre, Rashad White, PPR. I've got ETN and Ramondre in now. All right, let's help out Gretchen here, Scott. Who you got? Pick 2 out of those 3.
You got to go ETN, even though he's been disappointing the last month. And then it's back to the Rashad White. I don't know if Gretchen was listening earlier when we talked Rashad White versus Ramondre. I mean, I think you could go either one. A ceiling 4 play. We don't know your matchup. Ramondre has the best matchup of the 3 today. But he could also, again, like we said, he could leave after a couple plays. And it's like, my ankle's not right. Conservative me would say ETN and Rashad White. But if I'm living dangerously, what she has now could work too.
Eric?
Yeah, no, I agree with Scott. If you just need 10, 12 points, I think I want to go Rashad White. If I need a home run, I'm going Ramondre. So,
Adam?
Yeah, I think I'm going to play Rashad White here. I have a hard time with the fact that we have seen Hoodie give the backfield to Ramondre, but with this injury, I know he's pushing him to play. Between him maybe getting hurt again, I just would rather probably roll with Rashad White if I had to. Unless you're in a spot where you absolutely need high ceiling, then I'd do Ramondre Stevenson, but I think I'd lean Rashad White here.
So you got 3 scenarios here. First off, if it's tied 0-0, nobody's had anybody go, which I find hard to believe or relatively close. I'm going to play conservative and go ETN and Rashad White. If I'm down, they got Kirk Cousins or they had Josh Allen, and I'm going, holy hell, I got a lot to make up. I'm going to do the ceiling play, and I'm going to play Ramondre and ETN. Or if I already have a lead, I'm going to go conservative as well. So 2 out of the 3, go conservative, play Rashad White. But if you need that home run, man, I'm with these other guys too. Like I would put Ramondre in, and I'm going to go down swinging, man. I'm going to go down kicking and screaming, see what happens.
She said she's got a 50-50 matchup. So there you go.
I play conservative.
There you go. Rashad White.
All right, sit 1, half PPR, Chris Olave, T. Higgins, Christian Watson, Garrett Wilson. All right, Adam, you got to sit one of these guys in half PPR. Who's sitting on the bench?
I know Scott was talking up T. Higgins here. You got to play him, but when I'm looking at guys like this, right? Watson, since he's the last 4 weeks, he's a top 10 receiver. The question I think here really comes down to what you think of Zach Wilson throwing the football to Garrett Wilson. For me, it's between him and T. Higgins. If you're comfortable with Garrett Wilson and the connection with Zach Wilson, I'm gonna sit T here. I think that's what I'm gonna do because I personally think that Garrett Wilson's gonna be just fine. Man, you got yourself a hell of a team here making this decision also in the fantasy football playoffs. But I'm gonna sit T. Higgins.
Eric?
yeah, I'm going to sit Garrett Wilson because Mike White's not starting.
I laid that one up for Eric too.
On brand. It's Scott.
I slammed it home. Fucking windmill 360.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 of the top 20 receivers on the week here.
Crazy.
And it's half PPR, so you're definitely going Christian Watson. Honestly, for me, I think it's between Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. I think I'm looking at the quarterbacks there, and I'm looking at the game totals. I'm not sitting Higgins in a game where Boyd may not be 100%, and it's the highest total of the 4. And look at his quarterback. So there's a tiebreaker to Higgins. Again, I'm not scared of this. Oh, he's going to aggravate his hamstring injury. You can't predict that. So I think it's the rookies. I think I probably sit Garrett Wilson. We know what the Jets look like with Zach. It's 27 pass attempts a game, and I don't want to buy into that when I know there's already a limited ceiling. Garrett Wilson's worst games of the year came when they were playing that way with Zach Wilson. So, yep, I'm sitting Garrett here.
That's fair.
Man.
Real quick before Mike goes, I just want to say that, Mike and I have been the T. Higgins lovers, and it feels like today, this is why you come to the show, because we're doing the inverse, right? Like, Mike and I are kind of pushing back on Higgins, and you wouldn't know Scott is loving him some T. Higgins this week.
Well, listen, if he would have sat out last week because they ruled him out and he was hurt and they said they were saving him for this week and then now he's good to go, would anyone be having any qualms about playing him?
No.
Probably not.
And that's basically where he's at. I mean, I get it. He's fucked people twice now where they've played him, and he literally has played, 8 snaps and 1 snap and taken zeros, but It's a new week.
I'm going to sit Chris Olave.
Whoa.
Get out of here.
I'm sitting Chris Olave out of this one.
Okay.
Sorry, man. It's, again, shitty quarterback Andy Dalton. Let's fire it up, man. Garrett Wilson's going for 200 because Zach Wilson's back.
Nate, sorry that we haven't been able to help you much because we've given you pretty split answers here.
Yeah, get 3 different answers.
well, Watson's the slam dunk, so you got one in there for sure.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
JT hurt me. I'm sorry, Murph. I'm sorry, Murph, that he hurt a lot of us
He hurt us
all
all.
year. Swift or Fournette, full PPR. All right, let's answer that part first. Scott, Swift or Fournette and full PPR?
I mean, you might get hurt even more by another 2020 rookie running back, but I'm going Swift here. If JT already hurt you, you might as well double down on your pain and
Lean in.
go with Swift because this is one of those where if Fournette goes out there and somehow manages like 20 points, it's a miracle, and I'm not going to be upset if he does it. But if Swift does, and I go, man, I played Dusty Leonard Fournette over him, I'm going to be pissed. So I'm going Swift there.
Eric, Swift or Fournette, full PPR?
Yeah, Swift. I can't trust Fournette. I mean, he's looked fucking cooked all year.
Serious question that I don't know. Was DeAndre Swift on the injury report this week or no?
No, I think he got taken off.
I don't believe so, no.
All right, because if he
There's
was on
your
the
sign.
injury, if he was on the injury report at all, I'm not playing him. I'm not doing it. But if he was clean all week and Dan Campbell can see him practicing, you got a chance. So I'm going Swift.
That means he's getting a 30 burger. Let's go.
Let's
DeAndre
go.
Swift. All right, second part here. Pick 2 in Superflex, full PPR, 2-point tight end premium. Algier, Logan, Thomas, Jacoby Myers. Holy shit. All right, Murph, we got you, buddy. Adam, 2 PPR or 2-point tight end premium. Algier, Logan, Thomas, Jacoby Myers. Pick 2 of those guys.
Myers is officially playing with the concussion this week, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, man, you got to pick 2 of these guys. All right, I'm playing Myers, and I don't know. I think I'll play Algier. I don't really feel that great about Logan Thomas, honestly, but maybe I'll be crazy for saying that.
Eric?
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think this is honestly just a coin flip on all these guys. I think I'm going to go Myers just because he's the best player of these 3.
Easy.
Hopefully Mac Jones connects to him. I know Myers, I looked at his stats earlier. They haven't been like great over the last month, but just kind of hoping he's the best player of this group. I'll go with him. And then with the 2-point for tight ends, I'm just going to go with Logan Thomas. Sunday night game, big game. They got to win. It's at home. I'm just going to take the shot that Logan Thomas maybe gets a touchdown there on Sunday night. So I'm going to go with Thomas and Myers.
Scott?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Eric here. Logan Thomas, we don't really appreciate how easy it is to score points in 2 PPR, like 3 for 30, and it's like respectable. Algier, they're running with 4 different running backs, so I'm okay avoiding that. Listen, Jacoby Myers shook the cobwebs last week, okay? He's back. You're playing him. So it's Myers, Logan Thomas. Let's go.
I'm with you guys, man. I'm going to fire up Jacoby for sure. That tight end premium that you have just makes me want to play Logan Thomas. I don't know what Algier does.
I'm with you guys on the points. My only concern is that, like, I've seen these last 5-6 weeks where he has 0 and 1 catch, and that's where it's like, okay, you're getting 2 points per catch, but what is 2 times 0? You know, like, that's what scares me about Logan Thomas.
That's still 0.
Exactly. So
I mean, last game of the season, Brett. Can't hold anything back. Logan Thomas. PPR, Aguilar, or Dubs. All right, this is Scott Connor's guy. He loves Romeo Dubs. He's the biggest Romeo Dubs fan I know. Romeo Dubs or Nelson Aguilar? Who you got?
I mean, God, is this the best you got? This is rough.
Yeah, you can't even pull Tom Kennedy off the waivers.
Exactly. Yeah, this is where I love Chris Moore to come in and save the day, right?
yes,
Yeah. He'd be a slam dunk Chris Moore.
All right, so this is gross. I think I'm probably gonna go Aguilar here, just because I like the matchup. You know, it's gonna be weather's gonna be fine. It's a good matchup. Yes, Jacoby Myers is playing, but you know, on the contrary, Jacoby Myers could get hurt again. He's left the last 2 of 3 games with 2 different injuries, so I'm still going Aguilar here because I don't know what Dub's involvement's going to be coming back. We've never seen him with this group. They're entirely healthy. We already talked about Rodgers. This could be a game where they are playing from ahead. So Dubs, you might be chasing points in the New England game. So I'll go Aguilar, but this one's rough.
Eric?
So I think this one's actually pretty easy for me. So with Dubs coming back off the injury, don't know how many snaps he's going to play. He's probably going to be a limited snap share anyways. And I don't know where he fits in with how good they've actually been playing. Like Watson's taking the outside, Lazard's on the outside. Cobb's been playing a lot in the slot, so I don't even know where Dubs fits in for me. And it's Aguilar in a revenge game against the
revenge game.
Raiders.
I knew you had it, and I was going to
got
go
it,
there if you
man.
didn't. Let's go.
And
Revenge game versus the Raiders.
And Devontae Parker is out, so that's one of their outside receivers that's out. He's gotten a shit ton of targets too the last couple weeks, so I'm gonna go Aguilar.
Adam?
Nothing else is said, man. Eric Van Eck, Nelson Aguilar.
Let's go, man. We're firing up Nelson Aguilar. You poor thing, though. Wish you had Chris Moore.
Yeah.
How about this one? Do you start Waller over Kmet this week? The second part, or wait till next week. There may not be a next week, so we just take it 1 week at a time.
You
Waller or
can't
Kmet,
say
Adam?
that, right. Man, honestly, I'm kind of curious what these guys say on Waller because I'm in a spot where I could play him, and I'm not honestly sure what to do. Like Cole Kmet is touchdown dependent. Like he's just a touchdown dependent tight end, honestly, if we're being real about it. But what the hell is Waller going to give you? I don't know. I mean, how healthy is he? This is kind of like how, what kind of stones do you got? I mean, this is the reality of this one. Like Waller probably has more upside than Kmet, but are you willing to risk it? I think if I'm in a place where I don't need to swing for the fences, I'm going to play Kmet. But if I'm down crazy, they had Kirk Cousins or, Jefferson or Allen, and you got to swing for the fences, I'll take my shot on Waller.
All right, Eric.
I'm gonna go with Kmet with Claypool being out. That's one less option, and I think N'Keal Harry's inactive. So yeah, there's really nobody else to really throw the ball to there that's trustworthy. So I'm gonna go Kmet. Waller coming off of a hamstring injury. He's already gotten into shit with Derek Carr pretty much calling him out for loafing around and not being prepared and all that kind of stuff from earlier in the year. So I don't even know if he even wants to throw him the ball. So I'm gonna go Kmet.
Scott.
Well, you're buying the anti-shower narrative there with Derek Carr and Waller, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Kmet. I mean, listen, you can get burned badly with Kmet. This could look like the first 4 weeks of Kmet, but he's all they got. You figure they're going to have to score points. So, yeah, I'm just rolling Kmet. I'm not risking Waller. I have a bunch of leagues where I activated Waller off IR, and I'm like, man, I'm excited to try to throw him in there. And I think I only threw him in there in toilet bowl games, so I feel a lot worse if he were to go off on my my benches in other leagues. But, yeah, I would go Kmet.
I'm starting Darren Waller. Kmet plays the future world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Not going to happen. TJ Edwards, Kaiser White. They got
Spicy.
Yeah, but
nothing.
the second half when the Eagles are up 35-0 and they got the backups in, Kmet's gonna
Right.
get all the garbage time.
Well, this is going to be the Harrison Bryant rule. Here's what's going to happen. Foster Moreau will smash today.
There you go.
Oh, no.
Foster
Oh, no.
Moreau.
That's what's going to happen. Watch when he outscores Waller, and you just put your hands up. What can you do?
Good thing for all my best ball teams where I still haven't cut him yet because Foster Moreau is life. He is life. But I'll start Darren Waller over Cole Kmet. I'll be the dummy who does it. Let's go. How about DB? DB's got one. Start 3, half PPR. Smitty, Godwin, Terry, DJ Moore, Deontay. All right, Scott, let's help our guy DB out. Half PPR. Smitty, Godwin, Terry, DJ Moore, Deontay. Pick 3 of these guys.
Well, hopefully you're staying warm, Mr. Barry. But this is an easy one for me. Definitely you're starting Smitty with Goddard out. Definitely you're starting Chris Godwin. I'm leaning against the Sam Darnold and Mitchell Trubisky-led receivers, so I'm going Terry McLaurin as the third. Pretty easy for me. I know it hurts, and I'm the biggest DJ Moore / Deontay Johnson fan, but nah, they're on the bench this week.
All right, Eric.
Yep, I agree with Scott. With DJ Moore, he's coming off of an injury as well. They were talking about him missing a couple weeks. He's actually going to play. I don't know how healthy he is, so I'll just scratch that with the other 3 guys healthy. And then Deontay, we already talked about Trubisky and Rudolph. That's not great. I actually really like McLaurin this week. At home, Sunday night, big game. They're going to need him. So, yeah, give me Smitty, Godwin, and Terry.
Adam.
Yeah, Barry, you got him in order as far as the last 2 at least being off. So DJ Moore and Deontay, you got to sit him this week. Just simple.
I'm with the guys, man. Go exactly how you typed him out, Barry. You already did it once. Do it again. All right, Jimbo. Last one, Curtis Samuel or Chris Moore? Adam, Curtis Samuel or Chris Moore? Who you got?
I think I'm going to go Chris Moore here. It's not a good enough offense for me to chase Curtis Samuel here. I think I'll take Chris Moore in a. If I'm going to go dumpster diving with the quarterback situation, the platoon versus Heineke, I'll take the guy that's going to get most targets.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chris Moore. If it was Carson Wentz in there, he was targeting the shit out of Samuel early on this year. Heineke hasn't really thrown to him too much, so I'm going to go Chris Moore.
Scott.
Yep, Chris Moore sweep here.
fired up. Roster clogger Chris Moore. He's in. All right. Kuski's got one. Sit one. Half PPR. Kamara, Barkley, Bam, Ramondre. Chasing points. And it's Leroy Jenkins time. Thanks, guys, and good luck today, Degens. Well, good luck to you too, sir. All right. Sit one. Half PPR. Kamara, Barkley, Bam, Ramondre. Who you got? Scott. Got to drop one of these guys. Sit him on the bench. Who's it going to be?
This one's actually tough because we've talked through Ramondre and Bam already. I'm playing Barkley. You got to play Barkley. That's a lock. I've got Kamara in a couple, and it feels terrible, but I think you got to go right back to the Kamara well again, so I'm playing him. We've already talked Bam and Ramondre. I think it's just what do you need? Bam's going to get the touches. Ramondre's risky. I think if I'm shooting for the home run, I think I would sit Bam Knight, which is yeah, this one's tough. Maybe I go. You know what? Maybe now that I think about it, I'm not taking any injury risk. I'm sitting Ramondre.
There it is.
I can see it. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm with Scott on that. I think I'm gonna sit Ramondre. I can't risk it. And then another thing I was looking at too earlier this week because I have Kamara on a team. When Kamara plays these shitty defenses, so Seattle, 31st ranked defense, 26.4 points he got me in this league. Against Arizona, 17.5. They're 23rd. Vegas, 42.8 he put up fantasy point-wise. They're 29th. Atlanta's a bottom 20. They're 24th on this. So every time he plays a shitty defense, he scores a lot of points. So I'm going to stick with Kamara for sure. But, yeah, I think I'm going to sit Ramondre.
Adam?
So this one to me comes down to Kamara and Ramondre. So I think that, like, Bam Knight, there's no way I'm taking him off the field. And like Scott alluded to, I'm not taking Barkley off. I don't care. He's too talented. He's on the field too much. So it comes down to Kamara and Ramondre for me. Like, I think that if Ramondre is actually going to be completely healthy and play 80-90% of snaps, I would play him over Kamara. But the fact that I can't guarantee that, like, I think I would take Kamara here. If you're really down and chasing points, though, man, it's been a while since I've seen Kamara score well, although Eric alluded to they reversed bad defenses early in the year. I could see playing Ramondre, but I personally would sit Ramondre here for Kamara.
I'm sitting Ramondre. This one was pretty easy for me. As much as, or as bad as Kamara has been and disappointed me all year, I'm going to sit the injury risk guy. Yeah, I need points. I just can't do it. Barkley's a must start. Bam has been incredible here these last couple weeks, and he gets a great matchup. So we'll go ahead and we'll put Kamara in over Ramondre for me, and I'll move on with my life. How about our guy Dynasty Alex, Adam, Aaron Jones, Jerry Jeudy, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones, PPR, need one. All right, so not the bottom of the barrel dumpster that we've seen, but who you got out of these? He can only start one.
Man, I don't know that I can sit Aaron Jones here. With like Jeudy had 3 touchdowns, a hat trick last week. He had the target. Sutton's out, but like, what do you think of the Rippin' show? I mean, to me, it's going to be Aaron Jones for me. So,
Eric, who you got?
Yeah, if I have to sit 3 of these guys, man, it'd be hard to sit Aaron Jones over any of these 3. So, yeah, Aaron Jones.
Scott, team running back, stand up.
I mean, Jeudy with Rippin last time, like, he's going to get volume. That's where the ball's going to go. But yeah, I'm not sitting Aaron Jones in a game where the Packers still have something to play for. Those Monday night games, it's going to be cold. He's going to get more touches than the other 3. So I'm just leaning, hopefully, best offense and / best player. So I'm going Aaron Jones.
Let's go. You got to write out the running backs that brought you to the playoffs. Let's start the running back, Aaron Jones. Dynasty, I just got another one. Tannehill or Fields? Okay, Scott, Tanny or Fields?
It's Fields.
All right.
Eagles can give up points on the ground. I think this one's easy. This is not one where you get cute and you bench Fields and you just hope that he himself can carry you to a higher floor than what the 80% outcome is for Tannehill. So, yeah, it's easily Fields here. Not even close.
Yeah.
Eric?
Yep, Fields, easy.
Yeah. Like, Tannehill doesn't have the high-end range of outcomes for me to sit Fields here. Like, if I'm going to get cute with Fields, I need to have a guy that actually has, like, top 5 upside if things hit right. That's just not Tannehill. So,
as much shit as I talk about the Eagles being so good and you don't want to play them, I'm still starting Justin Fields, man. There's a reason you're in the playoffs, and it's because of Justin Fields.
No doubt.
I'm not playing Ryan Tannehill. All right, sit 1, 1 PPR, 2 tight end premium, Muth, T, Ramondre. Oh, man, we got a lot of T and Ramondre questions. Adam, you got to sit one of these guys. Muth, T, Ramondre. Who's sitting?
Man, it feels like I'm out here hating the Rhino, and I want you to understand I don't. I've come a long way with the Rhino, but this week I'm not doing it if I don't have to, and if I'm getting 2 points per catch with Trubisky, I got to put Freiermuth and T. Higgins in, I think, man.
Eric?
Yep, I agree. I'm gonna go Freiermuth and T. Higgins.
Scott?
Yeah, sitting Ramondre. I would play Freiermuth if I only had to pick one.
Yeah.
Just because his market share is too high for a 2 PPR league. But yeah, I'm going Freiermuth and T.
Sitting Ramondre. Clean sweep. Let's go. How about this? Everett, Chig, or Waller? PPR, no premium. Scott. Everett, Chig, Waller. Gotta start one of these dudes.
Riskiest is Waller, so I think I would eliminate him just because I'm not in the business of playing guys that have been out for a month. I mean, and the best situation / quarterback / highest ceiling is probably Everett if it's just a game that somehow gets funneled to him because Tennessee's so bad against the pass. I think I'll go Chiggy here, though. He's been good without Burke, so I think I'll ride Chiggy.
Yeah, let's go. Eric, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Mike's favorite Will Smith song, Getting Jiggy with It.
It is my favorite. How'd you know? Adam.
Yeah, man. Chig, easy one for me here. I shouldn't say it's that easy. I think Everett does have, range of outcomes to be decent, but like Chig, the cool part about Chig to watch is that he's actually been solid. Like in this format, if you think of who doesn't score a touchdown, like it's Chig here. When he does score a touchdown, he has tight end 2 range of outcomes. So I think Chig for me pretty easily.
I'm firing up Johnny Smith reincarnated, man. Number 1, Chig. Let's go. All right. Hopkins, Higgins, Christian Watson, Garrett Wilson. Help our guy, Dr. B. Harris out. Got to sit 1.
Isn't this the same 3 of the same 4 as we had before?
Yeah, man. We had Scott and Eric. We already had this one on our morning patron show, so we'll let you guys answer it, and we'll let you know where we were.
I said Garrett Wilson last time over Olave, and I think it's the same thing here.
Okay.
I'm not sitting Hopkins, even though it's Colt McCoy. I'm not sitting Hopkins, so I'm sitting Garrett Wilson. Good problem to have.
I know what Eric's going to say.
Yeah, I'm benching Wilson.
You love some with Garrett Wilson. See, you're in this.
I love Garrett Wilson. He's my wide receiver 1.
Conundrum here.
But,
so we both said T. Higgins. I think, Dr. B. Harris, you got to decide. It's between T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson. I don't think there's much of a debate there. You got to pick between those two.
I mean, I think Scott gave great things for Higgins earlier, like highest
100%.
scoring total game of the week. He practiced on full on Friday. That's big for me. Like if it was limited, okay, I could see it, but it was a full on Friday. I'm fine with it.
Man, Scott, you convinced me a little bit on T. Higgins. Oh, from what I told Dr. B. Harris less than an hour ago. All right, I'm changing it. I'm sitting D-Hop. I'm not sitting Garrett Wilson.
Ooh,
I'm
let's
not
hear the
sitting-
rationale there. Is it Colt McCoy?
It's fucking Colt McCoy. It's Colt
That's
McCoy,
who
and
Colt
like
fucking Peppers though.
it's Colt McCoy. It's the number 1 pass defense. It's all of that, and the fact that we were talking earlier about they may just run this ball. This game can be ugly. Ball control, lots of punts, lots of running.
11
I'm going.
targets last week from Colt.
Dr. B.
Fuck
Harris,
that.
listen, I'm not gonna let this happen to you. I'm gonna sacrifice my love and the belief I have in Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna say you need to go ahead and sit Garrett Wilson just so you don't sit Nuke. Do not sit Nuke Hopkins. All right, there it is.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Zach Wilson
And
throws
Garrett
for
Wilson
500
doesn't
yards.
have this guy. Mike fucking White.
No, he's got the guy throwing bombs. Throwing bombs there.
Whatever you do, Dr. B. Harris, don't
Yeah,
sit
to the
Nuke.
third fucking row when he hit inaccurate fucking pass.
Do not sit Nuke.
All right, Chris Moore, Zay Jones, Adam. Chris Moore, Zay Jones,
Chris Moore.
Eric.
Man, this one is actually tough because Zay Jones has been playing pretty damn good.
He has been.
I think I'm just going to go Chris Moore because Kansas City secondary, if they're going to give up points, it's through the receiving game. So, yeah, I'm going to go Chris Moore.
Scott.
Man. Just having to pick between 2 roster cloggers here, right?
Zay's a little bit above that.
We'll see. Is Zay a roster clogger next year? That's up for debate.
Yeah, fair.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm not letting myself get knocked out of the fantasy playoffs with a Jeff Driscoll and Davis Mills led roster clogger receiver.
Right.
So I'm going Zay Jones.
That's fair.
He could get shut down, but he could also have a 9 for 120 and a touchdown game. So I'm going Zay Jones.
Zay Jones probably gets the worst of the Dallas corners, I would assume, for the most part. I mean, Christian Kirk does play a lot in the slot, but we'll kind of see how that works out. Give me Zay Jones, man. Yeah, I like that, Scott. Like, I'm going to go down with Trevor Lawrence instead of Jeff Driscoll.
I mean, there's the optics to these games, right? You're going to turn on Red Zone, and they keep flashing to the Jets-Lions game, and you're going like, why the hell did I start anyone in this game?
Yes.
And the same thing with the Texans. Every time they're on offense, you're just going, why did I pick a Texan again?
Yuck.
I'm not going to feel that way with the Jags. I'm pretty sure Jags-Dallas is not going to be one of those games that I'm going to feel that way on. So that does weigh in my mind here.
When last week, if you watch Red Zone, like I saw the stat box, I did not see on any TV of mine a single catch by Chris Moore. So, like there is truth to that for sure. But
He had 10 of them. I saw a shit ton of them.
not on the Red Zone channel, you didn't.
Oh, I did. I saw it on the Red Zone. 'Cause that's all I was watching.
Come on, Eric, let me have this one. Damn it! Like, yes, it's.
They
more-
usually don't kick to the game when it's 31-0 and that
Right.
team's down, and he's racking up catches.
Zay Jones though, he's boom or bust. Like I think if you want to shoot for the boom, definitely Zay Jones because right now these last 3 weeks, right, he's got a wide receiver 5 sandwiched with a 75 and then wide receiver 9. So like he has all range of outcomes. Like Chris Moore, actually, believe it or not, probably has a safer floor, but the boom is definitely going to come from Zay Jones.
All right. The questions have been fast and furious. I just got to the questions that were asked at 11 o'clock 50 minutes ago, so we'll try to bang out as many as these.
Let's rapid fire
can
because we
before
got the
my-
game starting soon.
Swift, Gibson, DJ Moore, Higgins. Pick one PPR. Scott.
Higgins.
Eric.
Higgins.
Adam.
Higgins.
All right.
Team wide receiver, baby.
Ramondre or McKinnon? Ramondre for me. Fuck that. I'm not playing Jerick McKinnon.
Man, that's tough though, because McKinnon's got the matchup. You just wondered, are they going to need him in this matchup? You know what? I'm going McKinnon. I'm not taking any injury risk. He's going to get you double figures. I don't know if that's 25 or 11, but I'm going McKinnon.
Eric.
Yep, I'm with McKinnon as well.
McKinnon, Mike's out here flip flopping. We answered we answered McKinnon this morning.
Nah, fuck that. Najee, Swift, Foreman, Pacheco needs to bench one. Adam, bench one.
Foreman.
Eric.
Damn, it's between Najee and Foreman for me. I think I'm gonna bench Foreman, I guess.
Scott.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you could argue Foreman over some of these other guys might be pure potential volume, and I'd rather have Najee in that same type of role. You're not sitting Pacheco against the Texans. Like, if you really were scared about playing Swift, I could see it. Like, he's got the lowest floor of these guys. He could live and give you a 2.
Yeah.
I'm sitting Foreman again. I'm just riding out. Could you ever have thought you would think about Week 15? You're sitting Najee Harris or a healthy DeAndre Swift. So no. I'm sitting Foreman.
I'm with you guys. Sitting Foreman, fellas. Half PPR, Rashad White, Swift, Stevenson. Pick 2. All right, give him 2. Rashad White, Swift, Stevenson. Who you got, Scott?
God, it feels like every question's been Rashad White or Ramondre Stevenson. Mm-hmm. Half PPR. So half PPR, I'm probably okay sitting DeAndre Swift of the 3. I think Stevenson, this is where I'd maybe play Stevenson since we know Harris is going to be out. There's a shot Stevenson probably has a better shot at a touchdown, a close-in touchdown than Swift. So I'll sit DeAndre here.
Eric?
I think I'm going to go Stevenson and Swift.
Adam?
Ooh, I'm playing Swift and Rashad White.
So 3 combos.
Yeah. Mike, this is what we don't want. Is Mike
Mike's
break
going to
the
tell
tie.
you to pick up Burkhead. And
This is the last thing that Devin wants. Is Mike
Burkhead
break
and
the
Antonio Gibson. There you go.
Burkhead and Swift, if that's possible. Rashad White and Swift are the ones that we have here. Pick 2, Mike Evans, Hollywood, Garrett Wilson. All right, Adam, pick 2 of those guys.
I'm done with Mike Evans, man. Y'all can have him.
Eric.
Start 7. Woof.
I know. And 10T.
Picking 2 of these guys, I think I'm going to go with Hollywood and God, Evans hasn't done shit. Give me Garrett Wilson, I guess.
Yeah, man. Get
There it
Evans
is.
out. Evans, y'all can have Evans, man.
Scott.
You know what's funny is the one lock of the group is Mike Evans for me.
Wow.
He's going to get the Cam Taylor Britt shadow, and I think he cooks the rookie at least once today. So I'm going Evans as a start. We've already debated Garrett Wilson, Hollywood Brown. You know what? If you want to fade Colt McCoy and go Garrett Wilson, I'm fine with it. But I'd probably go Hollywood or Evans because Hollywood's basically one of my children at this point. So I'll go Evans and Hollywood.
There it is. I'm starting Mike Wilson or Mike Evans and Garrett Wilson. Mike Wilson.
Listen,
doesn't matter.
I don't care if it's
Starting
only Mike Evans' shadow that's shadowing him. I'm not playing Mike Evans, man.
That's it, man. All right. Garrett Wilson, Hollywood Brown, Mike Evans. We just had that question.
Wow.
Last one, I got Elijah Moore or Slayton. Holy shit.
Slayton.
Slayton.
It's
Slayton,
got
come
to
on.
be Slayton, man.
he's
Zach
been pretty
Wilson is
solid this
allergic to Elijah Moore.
This was a debate when Mike fucking White was in there.
Correct.
But
I would
yeah,
agree.
it's easily Slayton though. And then you're going to be absolutely pissed because you're starting a player on either of the New York teams.
Stevenson or B-Rob?
B-Rob.
Ooh, I don't think I can do it. I
He
think
just had a good game against the Giants. I'll take him again.
I know, man, but go ahead, Scott. Talk to us.
I was waiting for Eric to explain because this one's tough for me. Yeah, man, I hate taking the injury risk with the guy we thought wasn't going to play. I've removed all my Stevenson, and I'm sitting here during the show because we've had so many Stevenson questions going, like, where can I jam him in? So I'm just going to fade. I'll go B-Rob.
There you go.
I'll go Antonio Gibson.
Uh,
Thing.
I guess you got to go B-Rob. I'm going to stay consistent. Like, part of me wants to put Rhino in, but I'm going to stay consistent. You got to trust the process across your leagues.
All right, last one because this is an afternoon game / Monday night game. We don't have to worry about it. Baker or Colt McCoy? Adam, finish it off right for Kugski here. Baker or Colt McCoy? Call your shot.
Oh, no. Dog, this is so bad, man. I guess I'll play Baker. He has played in the cold before. I honestly could see this Cardinals game just being one of these like 10-6. Just nobody wants anything from it. So I think I'll take Baker.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm orphaning this team. Fuck it. No, I'm just kidding. I'll take McCoy because he's got the weapons. Connor can score a receiving touchdown. Hopkins, Hollywood Brown. Yeah, give me Colt McCoy. Better weapons.
Scott.
Man, Eric laid it out, but man, I think Baker's got something to prove. He's got something to play for. I don't see how the Cardinals get to 14 points.
Thank you.
So I'm going Baker, and I'm going to be in much pain when I'm watching that game and wondering why he can't throw for a first down. So, yeah, I'm going to go Baker, though.
I'm going Baker too, man. Baker, Reagan. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's ready to plant a flag in the frozen tundra. Lambeau Field. Not going to happen.
I just hope the Cheesecake Factory's closed up there. You know?
Oh, man. Come on. Come on.
If you know, you know.
That's all we got. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully you win your matchups. Hopefully it helped you. Damn, I can't believe it, man. We went through all of that 60 minutes, and I'm going through the chat. I only got down to the 11-minute mark on questions. Y'all are incredible. Thanks for tapping in. We'll see you next week for the semifinals. Mike White's horrible. That's all I got. We're out of here.
Next week. You'll be starting them next week. Goddamn.
We're out of here, man.